Hello and welcome back to another episode of Father and Sundays, the unexplainable guide to absolutely nothing. Today is the 18th episode, forgot that for a second, and we're talking fears and phobias, aren't we, Dad?
18th episode?
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd make it to this one.
I know, anyway, stick around if you want to hear more.
Okay.
Right then, back for another week, back for another one. This one is one that was received as a suggestion, wasn't it, Dad?
Good start, yes.
Yep.
It was a suggestion from Annie. And he said a surname then. That would have been bleeped out.
We just had to bleep it. Yes. And you loved the idea when it came about, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
You've been going on about it for weeks.
Yes,
What's
I
going
do.
on? What are we doing again?
I do
It's been a
love
little bit
the
longer
idea.
since our last recording, so
Yeah, I
throw it
don't
off a
know
little
what's
bit.
happening actually. Yes, I did like the idea. Have you already said what it is?
Yeah, fears and phobias.
Fears and phobias. Yeah. I did think it was a good subject to start to discuss and to sort of drill into and all the rest of it. And I think really, in one way or another, we all have. There's very few people that can say they haven't got a fear of something. I mean, a phobia is, in its extreme tense, is something that can stop someone in their tracks. It can actually be life-threatening.
I can tell
be
you're
all
really
sorts.
trying right now.
Really trying to do what?
Explain what it is.
Yes, I am. Can you see it? Because I've scrunched
Yeah.
my face up. So,
Patience.
he's back. So, it can be very, very extreme. And people that have actually got a proper phobia of something, they can't do anything. They can't, they can't face it. They need therapy probably. There are treatments that are available for people like that. But obviously there's, at the other end of it, there's...
You're not used to that mic being
I'm
there.
not
Mic
used to
stand.
the mic being like it is. There's
You might
just
stand.
fears of stuff. Everybody's got something they don't like or they'd rather not be near. And that's a big difference from not being able to face it at all. So I think we're going to kind of go across the spectrum of that as we chat about it.
That was a pretty good attempt. A very not I'm saying uneducated.
Uneducated.
Sorry, wow.
Wow, he's doing it again already
unscientific
early on.
explanation of absolutely no prep for the explanation there.
No,
You did a pretty good
I'm
job.
aware. I mean, I'm sure there's a much better way of explaining it, but basically there are many, many levels of fear, and and it might be that someone has got just things they dislike, as I say, or they've got things they really can't be around or do.
And some of those sentences you actually finished as well, which is quite good.
I did. We're still talking about it. I realise I don't just do it on the podcast. I actually do it in real life as well.
Yeah, we'll talk
And
about it a
it's
little
starting
earlier.
to frustrate me. So you might hear me deliberately trying to get to an end of a sentence without deviating throughout this podcast.
I think it's where you start speaking, but you don't know fully what you're going to say yet.
I think every sentence is like that.
Yes.
Anyway,
Right, shall we move on?
we'll move on. Connor,
Yes, that's me. Hello. I'm 22
fears
years old.
and phobias.
Yes.
What, if any, have you got?
I would not say I have a phobia.
Right?
I would say I've got a kind of fear
Yes.
of snakes.
Right.
I don't like them at all.
Okay, so with snakes,
That's probably a bit unfair. I do like them. I appreciate their existence. I do not like to be near them at all.
Right, no, that's fine. Now, does that mean that you can't see them in real life? Does that mean you can't watch them on TV?
It would mean that, given a choice,
Yes.
I would generally avoid watching them on TV.
Or seeing anything, images, the lot.
I do avoid it. They pop up. I follow the Irwins
Oh,
on
that's
Twitter,
going to always be.
and
yeah.
they've quite often got pictures of them with snakes and stuff like that. It's one of those moments I kind of briefly kind of scroll past because I don't particularly want to hang around and look at them. It's just the way they are and everything about them kind of freaks me out. I think it stems from stories about them, but I can go into that a bit more in a second. But when it actually comes to snakes, if I was face to face with a snake, I'm not too sure on what I would do. I prefer not to be there with a snake. Like when we go to the zoo and such like that,
You'll avoid those.
I will avoid going in the
areas.
areas that I know have got, especially big snakes.
Right. Okay.
And I can go into the story of why I dislike them if you want.
Yes. No.
I think it primarily stems from. I got told a story once of a woman that had a snake, and she used to let the snake kind of go around her flat, apartment, house, wherever
I'm
it
glad
was.
you said flat and apartment there. Yeah.
Yep, both of them.
Yeah.
Yep, just to confirm that we
Yeah,
didn't
go
know
on,
which
no,
one
carry
it
on.
was. Anyway, yeah, so wonder. Oh, right, I've just caught on what you're saying. Never mind.
Just get on with it. Go on. I'm sorry. It's
Anyway.
serious. Let's go on.
Anyway, so used to let it. I would say wander around, but they don't wander. They slither.
Yeah.
Around. Used to sleep with it like kind of next to her, and then she noticed one day that it stopped eating, and it wasn't eating for like a while. But what it was, she took it to the vets to get it checked out, and what it was being told was doing was sizing her up, and so it could eat her. And this is the thing that just really, I struggle with snakes. Like for example, a dog, I can kind of tell what a dog's thinking, but I just. When you think of a snake, and some of it actually stems from the Bible and such like that as well, even though I don't deal with anything like that, but you're told that snakes are evil. Satan took the form of a snake.
Well, they've got an image,
and
haven't
stuff
they?
like that, the
There's
devil.
certainly an image. People
And-
who are...
Yeah, and just the idea of, wow,
sorry,
you really
I'm
are
really
struggling
sorry,
with it. Like, yeah.
Go on.
We might have to do something about that. But anyway, yeah, when it comes to snakes, you're going to fiddle with that whilst we're recording as well, yeah?
I'm just trying to make sure... what I'd just like to say is he's talking about the microphone.
Yeah,
not
right, yeah.
Right,
Fair
go on.
point. Not
No,
a snake.
so...
Anyway, so... Yeah, they're just evil. Like I just see them
Mind
as
you,
these
that
kind of evil things,
when you
and
said
also the
that-
way they move, like the way they slither and
definitely.
stuff
I mean,
like that.
there's certain
Got no
things I
legs.
think when you see... I remember
I'm not saying
seeing...
that people with no legs are evil, but you know what I mean.
No, and so and, thanks for correcting that. I mean, we get ourselves in enough trouble as it is. I think with snakes, myself, I haven't got a huge problem with them. I've held snakes before. I do have an issue with anything en masse, and I think everybody would remember it might have been Planet Earth or something like that.
If you're talking about
When
that particular scene, that
with
did not help.
Iguanas trying
Iguanas?
to run. Yeah, there were iguanas trying to run
Iguanas?
through. Iguanas.
I've
Yeah.
never heard someone call them iguanas.
What are they called then?
Iguanas.
Well, there was these iguanas running through, right?
Right.
And they were trying to get to the sea.
Orangutan.
Yeah, and obviously you know what I'm talking about. But there was,
Yeah.
I guess, it's when there's that many, it's not just the one. It's loads. It's a mass of them, and I think I find, it's a bit like seeing a rat and then seeing rats. There's a big difference when there's a number of them.
And
But
it's
no,
the
that's fair enough.
way they were chasing them as well.
Oh, it was, but
iguanas.
then but that's chilling. That even that you said like sizing her up, that is unbelievable.
The fact is that person kind of essentially loves that snake. They spend a lot of time with that snake. They bring it up and stuff like that. And I know it's the same with any animal. Well, most animals will. But the fact is, the cat and the dog. I don't feel like that. The cat and the dog will be looking at me thinking, "I could eat him."
I think the cat, I'll not eat, just sort of murder. But the dog, I don't think so. No, I once was at a vet's and with my sister. Hi Sue, and she had a canary that was
right.
taken
I'm glad
into,
you said she was with an animal.
Yeah, canary.
She didn't take your sister
called
to the vets.
Woodstock, and a guy came in and he had a
From Snoopy.
Yes, and a rain. It wasn't the actual one from
Right.
Snoopy. And the guy came in and he had a big raincoat on, and he walked up to and a big scarf and that. And he walked up to the counter, and he's speaking to the woman, and we're looking at him. And then what had that? They went a little bit got a little bit cross with him because basically he had a boa constrictor around his neck that he'd brought because it wasn't well. And they were basically saying to him, one, walking around with it around your neck when you couldn't see it, so he could have collapsed in the street and no one would have known why. And one thing that boa constrictors do when they're ill or when they're not, right, is constrict. So,
the clue of the boa constrictor's in the
that's
name.
just a little anecdote for you.
Just to make me not like him
But
anymore.
is that it then? So snakes, other than that, no real issues?
No, apart from the impending fear of death.
Oh, I think we all have that, don't we?
Yep.
So.
And part of that is snakes.
Oh, right. That's too bad then.
I just feel like a snake could be... I don't know. Sometimes you feel like they're not a...
Well, look, there's as far as these things are concerned, and we will talk about it a bit later, but like...
If you run away from an alligator or a crocodile, run the zigzag.
You could have a legitimate fear of. I mean, some of these things could be life-threatening.
Yeah.
So many phobias aren't, but I mean, when people have phobias of, say, feathers and things like that, it's not going to kill you unless you have a huge allergic reaction. But things like, I mean, it's almost like I get that snakes, because a snake could kill you, a small snake could kill you, and yeah.
It comes with there's a lot of fears. I mean, do you want to go into this a bit more in a moment?
Yeah.
You first of all, you just what if you were to say you have any phobias or fears, what would you say?
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to talk about anything else after I run through my list, because I've realised that I have a number of problems.
Right.
Not just phobias and fears. Right, so...
And he gets out his list.
Yeah, I am.
Licks his finger, turns a page.
Right, so where should we go from? With things I don't like, right?
Right.
Whispering. Really, really puts me on edge.
Would you say is that really a fear or a phobia? Are you scared of it?
No, I just don't like it much.
Did you notice how I said scared of it? I don't know why I said it so weirdly.
I don't know why you did that, but yeah. And I don't like stickers either. I don't like stickers.
Again, a fear?
Well, no. That's fair enough. I see where you're going with this, but there are quite a few of these, so we'll just skip through them. Okay, so we've put aside whispering and stickers. Let's have a look at the fact that I struggle walking into buildings with really high ceilings. I
agree with that, actually.
So I can walk, say, for instance, St. Paul's, right? So you've got parts of St. Paul's you can walk through, and but obviously it opens up where the whispering gallery is, and then you walk out into the open. You can look up, and there's absolutely beautiful paintings and architecture, building, right? Yep. And it's incredible. I can't look at him. If I walk into a place like that, I walk out into that open part of it. It was the same when I went to Venice, and I look up, my legs go. I actually have to sit on the floor.
I feel like, for me, because I've got a similar thing, again, it's not really a fear, it's just a discomfort that I feel. But when it comes to big empty spaces, and I find there is generally a difference in where I feel is with a big empty space. V&A Museum, Victorian Albert Museum.
No, the museums are a classic for that.
There's a big open room. I remember it being a big open room, and I don't know what it is, but it just makes me feel uncomfortable with how big it is. And I think it's because my brain is struggling to piece together how large it is. Because I know obviously the V&A Museum's full up of stuff, but it's a point of reference. I remember the O2 Arena once going there. Between them having things, they often have like a tennis thing there now, and there was a big empty space, and I remember looking at it and thinking, I just feel really uncomfortable with that because it was just so big and empty. My brain was struggling to put together how big and empty it was.
Well, I mean, that's interesting, but I don't know what it is. I have it in...
If there's people there, I'm fine with it.
If I'm in the museums...
If there's lots of people around, I'm fine with it.
No, I'm not. See, I can... And that's what's embarrassing about it. And I've been to stately homes as well. And
wow, you're posh.
Know when the little old ladies sit in the rooms to make sure you don't autograph things that are worth millions of pounds and that.
Well, you make them worth more though, don't you, Dad?
I've actually had the embarrassment of having to let a little old lady get up so I can sit down because my legs have gone all wobbly because I looked up at the ceiling when perhaps I shouldn't.
So again, mine's not really looking up. Mine's looking at a big empty room.
No,
Often the ceilings have to be high.
It's the feeling of it all.
As if in my peripheral, I'm not necessarily seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Right.
Anyway, next, please.
Next, please. Right. Okay. Well, there is one, swimming in the sea. I have a bit of a problem. I do swim in the sea, but I don't like swimming in the sea. And the reason I don't like swimming in the sea is because quite often, especially in this country, on the coast, you cannot see what's under the surface. And this is corny, and it's happened to a lot of people, but I can pretty much pull that back to seeing Jaws. And then I did get stung by a jellyfish down at Southend once. Didn't see it, stung me, was only young, so
How do you know it was a
quite
jellyfish?
upset, because it was obvious from the way it was on my leg, and the woman that we saw it and came and made
Weed
sure I
on
was
you?
all right. Huh?
Weed on you?
No, she didn't wee on me, no.
Who weed on you?
No one weed on me, I just had to put up with it. But that one
interesting.
stems back, and I still am nervous about it, because if I just feel like I can't see what's around me, so I'm never actually relaxed while I'm in the water. I reckon another one that's quite high is being...
As in high ceilings, or?
No. High on the list
Right.
is being claustrophobic. I really do struggle with enclosed spaces,
How
like
you
your
doing
room.
this? Yeah, I was
I'm on
gonna
edge
say,
at
how
the
you doing
moment.
this room?
No, I really, and I quite often, when I dream about things and such, and I can have a panic attack, and it's because I feel I'm constrained. I can't move my arms and legs. I can't breathe. It does get quite
Is that when
distressing.
Mum's smothering you with a pillow?
Yeah, a
So,
couple of times. She reckons that she was just getting it off my face, but no. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But no, that's a problem. And
Just make it clear,
I've been
Mum has never
potholing.
smothered Dad with a pillow.
I've been potholing. I can tell you some horror stories about that, but I don't think it stemmed from that. I think my brother used to zip me up in sleeping bags and then sort of literally wouldn't let me out. I think that was quite distressing. So perhaps sort of it starts there and then sort of morphs into other things. But
Yeah.
no, I do struggle with that. Sorry, there are others. Flying. Now, I am not really got a problem with flying as in being up in the air. The bits that I really struggle with are
When you have to fly it
taking off.
yourself.
Yeah. Taking off when I wake up and there's no one else on the plane. No, I was going to say it again. Then. Taking off.
So bad you had to say it twice.
Taking off and landing. And you know this because you've travelled with me. I'm only okay when there's someone who has a worse fear of flying than I do. I do get on planes, so it's not that terrible. You know, there are people that won't fly because of, and I guess it is the fear of crashing.
I'll be honest, I find the takeoff and landing quite fun.
But thinking about it, when you're taking off and landing, you're nearer to the ground anyway, you know. Yeah,
They are the most dangerous
A lot of
parts.
people really sort of...
It's not irrational because they are the most dangerous parts.
oh, right, okay.
Especially
and
landing.
that's the thing, innit? Whether something's a rational fear or not. But yeah, so I've never been very comfortable with that, and I still not. And when we go away again, I'll get on a plane, no problem, you know, but I do start to get very nervous. But, you know, we've been on the flights to the States and they're 9.5 hours. While I'm up in the plane, I kind of switch off from it. You kind of forget what's happening.
Hopefully they don't turn the plane off.
No, but I do. I am able to relax until they start talking about descending then, and then I have a bit of an issue with that. I think
Depends
it blows
how-
me a bit away.
Depends how fast they descend as well.
Well, quite, yeah, and whether we've reached land or not. But there is one that I would say...
I'd rather crash into water than land.
Yeah, you're probably right, yeah. There
Not
is
far
one,
from the coast, though,
one
maybe.
that I would say I have an actual phobia of, and that is frogs and toads. I cannot... Just talking about them makes me feel funny. Seeing them, I've tried to do it in a controlled environment. I've tried to go and look at them, and I can feel myself feeling funny about it now, but I've tried to go and look at them and just get over it, because I think it's ridiculous, but I can't do it.
See, this is a funny one. It's actually something that I would say to a certain extent, and it's something that people do generally try to avoid. Like, I've never had a fear of spiders, but that's because neither you or mum have had a fear of spiders. But often people have a fear of spiders because their parents do.
I guess because of the reaction of people around them.
Now, frogs and toads, I generally don't feel the most comfortable around them, and I do blame that on you. That's all right.
You're welcome.
But when it comes to things like, I've seen you at zoos and stuff like that, you get the tiny little colourful ones, which probably wouldn't be a rational fear because they probably could kill you.
Yeah, they're probably the poisonous ones.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly,
really that.
But they are quite cute. The ones that you see, like cane toads, they do make me feel a little bit uncomfortable. But and the frogs in this country, just, they're helpful. They do loads and stuff like that. I'm very much pro frog, but I do get what you mean about feeling uncomfortable around them. But especially the ones in this one, that is a little bit more of an irrational fear. So the ones,
yeah, because I'm not scared of them because I think they will kill me. I'm scared of them because I'm scared of them, because they literally make my skin crawl. And I don't hate animals, and I don't wish, because you're right, they do wonderful things in the environment as well, they're part of the chain, and it all works. But I can't, I try, and I cannot handle it.
Yeah.
And that frustrates the hell out of me. But, I mean, you talk about cane toads, and I remember being somewhere where we walked through, and I just wasn't looking. I was deliberately looking up or whatever to get through it, because I thought, if I actually... there's a sort of morbid curiosity to it, like you feel like you got to look, but you don't want to look. But no, I can't.
That's a big thing that Becky's got with sharks, isn't she?
Yes. She's interested. She's
very
fascinated
interested
by them, but also petrified them. Yeah, it's a strange sort of phenomena, but that is.
I guess similarly to how people love crime documentaries and stuff like that. If they came across one of those people in real life, they'd probably be petrified. But there's a real morbid interest with it.
When you talk about murder... Oh, sorry, I've done it again. Murderers and people
it's all right. In the coming weeks, you'll get used to that mic stand.
I wonder if it's making a real noise every time
It is. I can hear it on the microphone.
Yeah, sorry. But no,
it's making a twang
It's
noise.
a difficult thing. It's something that frustrates the hell out of me. I cannot think of when it started, because when I was a kid, I used to go and collect sticklebacks and watch newts grow into, slow worms and things like that, like most kids did at that time.
It's an interesting thing, because just yesterday I showed you a picture of an axolotl, didn't I? Was it yesterday or the day before? It was day before.
Day before.
I don't think it matters.
You better
that much.
explain what one of those is.
An axolotl, the ones that they're a freshwater fish type amphibian. They're amphibian, really, and they've got legs, and they also have like these almost like tentacle things that come out their face, and they always look like they're smiling. They're like, it's almost like physically watching how an evolution might have happened between sea creatures moving to land.
Yes,
it's really quite crazy.
So, for instance, there was one
Very
of those.
much
It was a bit of a
recommend
joke thing,
Googling
because
it if you
people
haven't
were
seen one.
drawing little faces and whatever, but it was near enough to a frog for it to be a problem, and yet not keen on geckos. It's not geckos, salamanders, I think it is. I can't remember. But one of them is quite near to them. I can look at lizards. I can look at snakes.
See, this thing, I can look at lizards, but I don't like snakes. Although, even Mum always points out that a slow worm is a lizard, but without legs. That's close enough to a snake for me. Marine life, I love fish and stuff like that. I've spoken about it many times in this podcast. I've spoken about you. I've got a fish tank downstairs. I'm not a massive fan of eels, but for a similar kind of reason. I think it's eels up inside you.
Yeah, that's why. That was Mighty Boosh. Nor am I, to be honest. Funny enough, I don't really like fish coming too near me, but I will go swimming in
I sometimes.
But I've realised.
Give me a little pat on the head.
Yeah, I've realised that they will avoid you because obviously they brush against you, it's probably going to damage them anyway.
Oh, I know what you mean though, because they have got quite delicate scales in their slime coat and such like that as well.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some interesting footage of underwater where I was filming and I was trying to film certain fish, and then suddenly a ray would appear in the corner of my eye, and I'd nearly drop the camera. But I guess it's that element of something
Element
suddenly.
of surprise.
Yeah, element of surprise. Something being there that wasn't there a few seconds ago.
Uncovered itself in the sand.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think with a lot of these things, it's down to sometimes, I mean, a fear's a fear and a phobia's a phobia. If you've got it, you've got it, and you can't move past it, whether it's rational or irrational. I feel like a lot of what we've mentioned could be rational in the sense that you spoke about flying, that's quite rational. Snakes, I feel like that's rational. Even frogs to a certain extent is rational. But there are things like people just scared of, they just feel very uncomfortable, have got a phobia of, for example, long words. Fear of long words is quite a common one, and also the ones with lots of holes in. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what the fear of long words is called?
It's a really long word. I can't remember.
It is hippopotamonstrose decipher. Ironically, a fear of long words.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. There's other ones that when
And they
you
can
look
never
at
say what their phobia is.
No. What about you've got chorophobia, which is a fear of dancing.
See, that would have been a better one for long words. Choreography, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, some of these, I suppose it's a Latin sort of. Geniophobia, which is the fear of laughter, which luckily no one who listens to our podcast suffers from.
I think
won't
maybe
matter.
they do. Or
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're not going to laugh anyway, are they?
Yeah.
Heliphobia, which is sunlight. This is a bit of an interesting one. Geniophobia. What do you reckon geniophobia? Huh?
I feel a sneezing coming, so you might have to bear with me in a moment.
Okay.
Geniophobia.
Yeah.
Get the fear of relatives.
No. Geniophobia is the fear of chins.
Right.
Right, I don't know if it's like multiple chins or if it's just the chin.
I think
if
I've
it
got
hasn't
that.
got,
I've
hasn't
hidden
got a
mine.
beard on. Yeah. So that's a strange one. A blutophobia.
Scared of dwarf planets?
No, scared of washing and bathing.
Right.
Ablution. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
fair enough.
Where have we got? So, yeah.
Arachnophobia. A
Arachnophobia
really
is-
terrible film.
Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad. I saw
It's
that in
alright.
pictures.
It's okay.
It's no AI.
No.
Electorophobia.
Scared of democracy.
No, chickens.
Right.
Near. Close.
Yeah, nearly there.
What about pogonophobia?
Pagono?
Pogonophobia.
Scared of pogo sticks.
No, it's scared of beards.
Right.
So it's the absolute opposite to
The
being
chin
scared of
one.
chins. Yeah. So, no, I mean, so what we've said really is there's the sort of stuff that...
I think what we said is utter nonsense, to be honest, but carry on.
Oh, yeah, nonsense. Is that there are ones that could seriously do you harm. So a fear of sharks is a... Well, they're all legitimate
Granted,
fears
they don't necessarily kill as many
on
people
land
as
they do
as TV and film would tell you.
No, that's true.
And they're not in tornadoes
Oh,
either.
you didn't mean on land, then not.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, all right, okay. So, but you know, you can say spiders, snakes, they can actually kill you. You know, flying,
Especially in Australia.
Right? The chances, the percentage-wise, no, but there is at least some rationale behind it because you think, well, there is the potential to, but then there is frogs and toads. All right, there are some, but
if you were in a different country, that might have made a bit more rational sense. But I think based in the fact that you live in the UK, where, as far as I'm aware, as long as you don't lick them,
I'm not going to be licking them.
I don't even think that licking them in this country has much of an impact. But
No.
I think it's toads. It's more so anyway. But you're not going to have really anything.
No.
No.
Oh, shivers. But it's the inanimate object ones that I think are the strange ones, like we were talking about. So, you know, I obviously know someone who's got a fear of buttons.
I know them too.
Yes, and that, you know, again, legitimate, but a strange one. Feathers. Not birds, but feathers, you know, and that seems weird. You know, there are lots of different things like
Flies?
that. Flies?
Now,
What,
that's
like
actually a good
zippers?
point. No, flies is in the flying insect.
Oh, right.
Now, that's
They're not
our
an
dog.
inanimate object, though, is it?
No, but our dog is scared of flies.
Oh, our dog is very much scared of them.
But then that I don't feel like...
Counteract it.
That feels like it's rational to me because he can hear them and he can't see me. He's scared of something he doesn't understand, which is very much another thing again, that people are just scared of things that they don't understand. I don't understand it, so I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Good
Gives
answer.
you the willies. Yeah. Willies,
Right.
that's another one.
Yeah, scared of willies.
Right, it is. And, you know, there's people, thunder and lightning. You know, there's all
It's
sorts
very,
of
very
things.
frightening.
Yeah. Galileo. Like,
Galileo.
I mean, whether I have been in some quite violent thunderstorms, but I've never felt particularly, when I've been in a car, it's been more of an issue, but otherwise I would actually sit and watch a storm because it fascinates me. There's something exhilarating about it. But there are people that would be underneath the table, you know,
Yeah.
because they can't cope with it. And that's, you know, you shouldn't take the mickey out of people for it as well. It's easy to do that, but it is quite a difficult thing to deal with at any level, sort of. So there you go.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Sponsors? I don't like sponsors. I love a calendar. My favourite month is June. I don't mind Feb, but it always comes too soon. March is ridiculous and July can kiss my butt. And as for August, just too friggin' hot.
What? I love August. It's my favourite month of the year. My birthday's in August.
April is a crocker, you can say the same for May. Don't like December cause it's got the shortest day. Jan's so depressing and September gets my goat. October and December never get my vote.
I've realised this is really quite biased. Both your birthday and Father's Day are in June. And Christmas is in December, how do you not like that? Love calendars.
Game time.
Woohoo! Right, Dad, it's time for a game time.
It is time for a game, yes.
Did you
And-
like my intro there?
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why you do certain things that you do, but there you go.
Well,
Nice. You've been working on that, have you?
no.
No, right, okay. Okay, so fears and phobias. Thought we'd make a game. We've
We had
each
so much
got
fun
a-
on the games episode that we're bringing some ideas from that, aren't we?
Yes, there's more cardboard around the house, and I thought, well, you know, let's not just let it sit there wasted. Let's do something with it. So, should we play the Sting first, and then?
Yeah, let's play the Sting. I
Okay.
particularly like this Sting, so let's
Go
let's
for
hit
it. There's a box with some holes with some secrets I'm told. Stick your hand deep inside, wonder what you might find.
Close your eyes, hold your breath, have a think, have a guess. Face your fears, no more tears. What's in the box?
So what is in the box then?
Well, that's the point of the game. I'm not going to tell you, am I?
Oh, right then. Oh, what a good skin. What a good skin.
What good skin.
What,
what
lovely
skin.
skin you've
Yes.
got.
Yeah, what lovely smooth skin you've got. How
No,
cheap be?
what a
What's
good-
your regime?
Mm.
No,
What a
okay.
good sting. I meant
Yeah,
to say.
good sting.
Good sting.
Right, so, okay. By the sting, you'd have guessed. It's all about boxes today. So what we've done, one of the elements, one of the fears, one of the phobias people have is the unknown.
Into the
Not
unknown.
sure what they're, and the thought of actually putting your hand into a box, not knowing what's in that box, people just lose it.
Yeah.
So we decided to do that. But no, it's not going to be terrible, but we're going to start doing that. So each of the two of us, sorry, I'll move my legs around there,
It's all right. I think it's going to be fair to say we've got a box in this one. We're probably going to knock into the mic
it's going to be
a couple
like
of
that.
times.
So we've each got our own box with a hole in it, and
We're posh, we've got a
basically put
box each.
something in there. Right, yeah, we've got loads of boxes. Empty boxes, but boxes all the same. So we've put something in there, and the other one, without looking, has got to put their hand in and guess what it is, and then it might tie into a particular fear or whatever. So, okay?
So yours is tied into potential fears and phobias, yeah?
Yeah, is yours not?
No, mine are. I just
right,
want to check yours is too.
Yeah, mine are, yes.
I've
absolutely.
forgotten how many items I've got.
I have 5.
I think I might have 5 or 6.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, you better go first then.
All right.
If you've got more, I'll have to guess your one then first, yeah?
What? Shall I count them quickly?
Okay. What will be easier for you is I haven't got my glasses on, so I ain't going to be able to see what you're doing anyway.
Oh, I have got 5.
Oh, right. So who wants to go first, yeah?
I thought I had 6, to be perfectly honest. Oh, no, I do have 6. I just can't find one of them. It's still in the box. Should we just start with the one that's in the box?
Yes, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
I'm going to pass you the box.
Okay, right.
This is me passing Dad the box.
And I can't see because I am partially blind.
Oh my God. He's got the box.
I'm not really, for anybody who's actually suffering from that sort of thing. Right, okay. My hand's going in.
His hand's in.
Right, and let's describe.
It might be
there's
under
some
one of the
flaps.
cardboard flaps.
Yeah, there's some flaps. Oh, right. So this is a disc. It has got a hole in the middle of it.
Right.
It's got other holes in it. I think I know what this is.
Yes.
And I think we've talked about this already.
Yes.
Is it a button?
It is a button. You
Is
can
it a
take it
button,
out
a
the
big
box.
button?
Take the button out the box.
Oh, it's a yellow button.
Did you not guess the colour?
No, did I have to?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so there is. Did you know what the fear of buttons is called?
No. I was going to try and say something.
Wow, and I was really thinking you'd put some effort into this week, but no. Okay, so we do know there's.
Hang on. So you were expecting me to know, so I could then tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Jaina Phobia.
Geniophobia, right? Okay, so I'm going to hand you back.
The button in the box.
button in
The
the
button
box.
in the box.
Well, I won't hand you back the button because I don't need to do that, do I? Right. Okay. So
No, you can know it's a button now.
close your eyes.
Why do I need to close my eyes? I won't know when to take the box.
All right. Don't look. Don't look.
I'm not looking in the box. It's not my first time playing this game. It's quite
Isn't it?
heavy.
It is quite heavy.
I'm putting my hand in the box.
Okay. What can you feel? Describe to us, Connor.
I feel some legs. I feel a trunk. I feel a little bit uncomfortable. I feel like someone may decide to blow into the bum of this and make a whistle noise. Is it a wooden elephant that you blow into the bum of and it makes a noise?
It is a wooden elephant that you blow in the bum of and it makes a noise. And funny, it should come after the button because it was a present.
No.
So, okay.
I'm not going to blow into it
No?
because that's gross.
Oh, is it? Right, okay.
But you can do it.
So there is a fear of elephants and it's called pachydermophobia, right? Pachydermophobia. There's also a fear of whistles, which is misophonia. So there are 2 legitimate ones, but I mean, you'd never suffer from a fear of elephants. They're your favourite thing in the world, aren't they?
My favourite animal is elephant.
M&Ms.
No,
right,
I don't.
okay.
M&Ms aren't my favourite thing in the world.
No?
I just can buy.
I just
I
realised
like-
I've written them all down there, and you could probably see them. Innit?
No, I can't. I've got
Right.
monitoring way. I like chocolate M&Ms, not like peanut ones or anything like that. I like chocolate M&Ms, and you can also get them quite cheaply on Amazon.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
if you
So
can
to
close your
prepare your
eyes.
box.
Prepare the box. I'm preparing my box by putting something in the inside. Now I'm very much putting stuff in to represent something else. So here is the box.
Okay.
You may enter
Hand in
the
hole.
box.
Ooh.
Describe what you're feeling.
It feels like, the things you put in tumble dryer.
Yeah, dry sheet.
Yeah, dry sheet. It feels like one of them.
It's not that.
Well, it feels like a wet wipe that's not wet anymore.
What would that be?
An unwet wipe.
Yeah, but what would you potentially use instead of a wet wipe?
Tissue?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not a tissue, is it?
It's a tissue. It's one square of tissue.
Oh, it doesn't even look like it's one that hasn't been used.
No, it hasn't been used. You just screwed it up in your hand.
Oh.
Do you know what it represents, though?
A pandemic, maybe?
No, it
or...
represents a ghost.
Oh.
I couldn't put a whole sheet in there, so I put...
Oh, my God.
Do you know what a fear of ghosts is called?
No, go on.
I'm pretty sure it's called phasmophobia.
It's called what?
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia, as in phantasm.
As in phantasm?
No, is that a word?
I don't think it
did I
is.
just make a word up?
I think you did.
Okay.
As
All
in
right.
phasmophobia.
What? You just said, is that an actual word? Phasmo?
Phasmophobia. I'm pretty sure it's phasmophobia. Shall I
Okay.
Google it?
No.
Whilst you're preparing your
Googling.
next
We're not-
item?
We're banning Googling. No, go on.
Right. Name for the box. I'm leaning to the box. I'm gonna put my hand inside the box.
What do you find inside the box, Connor?
Apologies, I accidentally hit the keyboard and stopped recording, but now I'm putting my hand inside the box.
And what have you got in that box?
A hurting thumb.
Oh, will you just... You're like a big girl's blouse, you are.
I accidentally ripped off part of my nail. It feels like a laminated sheet of paper, almost like a menu, but I don't feel like it's a menu.
Okay.
It's a piece of paper. Has it got a photograph on it? Is it a photograph?
It is a photograph.
What is a photo? Should I guess what it's a photograph of?
Yeah, that's what's the whole point of this.
Wow,
game.
it's going to make it really difficult. A sausage.
No.
Was it close?
No.
Right, give me a clue.
It's in the house.
Wow. That could have been a sausage then, couldn't it?
It could have been a sausage, but it's not a sausage.
Is it a dog?
It's something else in the house.
Is it a cat?
Other than a sausage, or a cat or a dog.
Right.
It's a photo of someone.
Can I just take it out?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, I dropped it. I'm going to be honest, I've got a plaster on my thumb. It's making it really difficult to pick things up. Oh my God! I really felt up that picture. Put it back inside the box. There's a picture of my sister facing a Christmas tree with not really any clothes on, which is really
25
strange.
she was when she done that. No, it was her as a little girl staring at the Christmas tree in awe with nothing on. But, so...
She's facing the other way, by the way.
Do you know what sort of phobia that is? Well, no,
Sorry.
hang on. That it's not a phobia of what's in the picture as far as she's a relative?
No, I don't have a clue.
No?
No.
No. Well, it seems like a bit of a get-out clause to me, but there's an actual phobia to do with relatives, not being able to be near relatives, and it's called Syngeniosophobia or Geniosophobia.
And it's not specifically targeted, it's just relative, not specifically targeted to
Becky.
being naked or...
No, it's nothing to do with that. The photo was just a funny photo that's cute, not meant to be anything like that, but it's to do with the fact it's a relative. I really wish I'd have picked another photo now. I thought it would be funny.
All right. Should we move on?
Please.
Right. I better prepare my box. You better look away. Oh, that's my phone. You may take the box. Don't look inside.
I told you, I can't see anyway. Right, okay, so right in now.
You gonna describe the feeling?
Well, I'm glad to say, as much as I haven't got a phobia about it, I certainly wouldn't want to put me hand into a box and find one of these, because it feels like a spider. A plastic spider, thank God.
You may remove it.
It is. It's a tarantula. Yes. Now, well, arachnophobia. We know that's arachnophobia. So a tarantula, yes.
Like the film.
I used to putting my hand in my boots and finding not tarantulas, but spiders.
I used to put my hands in my boots and finding tarantulas.
I have not got a problem with tarantulas. I'm quite fascinated by spiders. I don't like them on me, apart from when I ask someone to put them on me. But I've actually had one in my hand and it's crawled up my, and it's nothing like I thought it would be. But obviously some people have an absolute, and there's a lot of people that have a problem with it across the scale.
Yeah.
But there you go. All right, good one. Okay, I shall pass you my box and your box.
Just chuck my box. That wasn't chucking, that was passing. I'm going to put my hand in the... I'm just not the mic, I'm going to put my hand in the box now.
I should put a live rat in there now.
Oh, this is like ribbony. There's like a rather large ribbon. It's a lanyard. Ow. It's a lanyard with...
Don't get blood all over it.
Pass on it. It's a lanyard with a pass on it.
Yeah, so what do you think it should be? What do you think it's the
ID?
fear of? Huh?
Identification.
No.
Fear of...
Why would I have a lanyard?
Lanyards. Fear of... doors.
No.
I think that was a close one, though.
Because you're... Why would it be? What would the lanyard
Security.
be? What would the lanyard be? Why would you say doors?
Because it lets you through doors.
No.
Scanners.
Weirdly, you were close
Security.
and then you've gone further away again.
Security.
No.
Right. So it was closer to doors, was it? Windows.
No. Further away now. But it's linked to something.
Can I take it out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your Royal Mail pass.
Right.
You're very smiley in that photo. You should be
I
very
am.
proud. I bet your mum loves that photo. You may take the box back now, though.
Okay.
Is it a fear of doormen?
No.
Right.
What is,
Door handles.
apart from nudity, what is the biggest fear, and paper cuts, biggest fear for a postman?
Elastic bands. Big. Oh, so hang on. So you're talking about it being Royal Mail related?
Yeah.
Biggest dog bites.
Yep. So,
That was very, very
Syngeniosophobia is a
together.
fear of dogs.
right.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say it was going to be easy, did I?
Right. No, you didn't. Right. Prepare the
Okay.
next one. Right. I'm now going to pass you the box. There you go.
This hasn't really worked properly, has it?
What do you mean? Because we're so
I've
far
just
away.
started halfway through this. We're nearly the end, thank God, but it's not quite what I expected it to be, but never mind. Oh,
How do you feel about the whole statement you just said now?
what's that?
You got to guess, haven't you?
Oh, it feels like a let-down balloon.
Right, it's not a let-down balloon. It's left him slightly more worried now. I'll give you a clue, it's latex.
Right, it's squodgy, it's been tied up. It's not very big. Oh, what is it? It's horrible.
It's more about what's inside of it.
Oh, it's getting worse.
When you take it out, it
Is
won't be
it
much
water?
better. It's not water.
Oh, gel?
It's not gel.
Soap?
Yeah, it's soap.
Soap.
Yeah. Take it out.
What the hell's that? That is a balloon.
No, it's not a balloon. It's a latex glove with one of the fingers cut off and then the the finger is filled up with stuff.
Why have you got latex gloves with one finger cut? Because they told you about that. Volunteered for the prostate exams.
They're one of Mum. To be fair, I cut. They're one of Mum's latex gloves. I cut the finger off.
Oh, she'll be pleased.
Yeah. So it's the fear of bit similar to what you said earlier, the fear of soap and cleaning and stuff like that.
Yeah. The one that every teenager seems to have at some point in their life. Right, here you go.
Thank you, Duncan. I'm going to put my hand in the box. Oh, it's round. It's an apple.
Do you want to think about that?
It's round.
Yep.
Is it not an apple?
No, it is an apple. I
Oh,
just
right.
wanted you to think about it a little bit more.
Okay, sorry.
Because you got it too quickly.
Very used to apples. Is it the fear of fruit?
Yes, it is the fear of fruit. Well done.
Thanks. Did you enjoy that one?
No.
May I have my box back?
Oh, yeah. This is your box. You need it.
Right.
Okay, so shut your eyes because this is a bit more difficult to get into the box.
Yeah, but I'm putting my one in.
Well, you put yours one in first. Then.
I've put my one in, ready for you to take.
All right, shut your eyes then.
I'm shutting my eyes,
Okay.
but shutting your eyes doesn't work very well for a
in.
podcast.
Get in. Right. Okay, is it my go then?
Yeah,
Right.
take that.
I'm doing myself an injury doing this. Okay. Right, well, I hate to disappoint you. If they were all this big, I wouldn't have an issue with them at all. I am quite fascinated with this animal. If this is actually what I think it is, which is a shark, because I can feel a fin.
I will point out that not all elephants are that big either. Yeah, it's a
No,
shark.
but I said that people were frightened of whistles as well.
Right, okay.
And burning things.
Yeah, it's
bottoms.
fear of shark.
Fear of sharks. And that looks like a bull shark to me. What? It looks a bit of a cartoon one there. They ain't got eyes like that, have they? Is there an actual term for the fear of sharks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know it though.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you might have known that when you said that.
No.
Oh, no. Well, that's quite a legitimate one. And again, like I said to you, when I don't like being in the sea, bearing in mind, I know we do get sharks off the coast of Britain, but you
Basking
know,
sharks, they
you're more
just do
likely
this.
to be basking sharks and things like that. I'm not saying I wouldn't be alarmed if I saw a fin, you know, so... Right, okay. Last one then, thank God.
Well, I've got one more off that.
No, apart from the one you've got. Right.
He's leaning. He's handed me the box. This is my box.
And this is your one.
And this is the one for me to complete. Right. I'm about to put my hand inside the box. Shall I do it
last go.
slowly?
Go on, go for it.
Oh, I'm stroking it. It's very soft.
Yeah.
It is not soft. It's hard. It's a DVD. Isn't it? You're not going to answer that, no.
Yes, it is a DVD.
Right.
What DVD?
Yeah, thought this is where this is going. Is it High School Musical?
What? A fear of musicals?
Yeah.
No, it's not High School Musical.
Is it?
You won't let that out of your sight.
Is it Jaws?
No.
Is it E.T.?
It's no.
Is it Flushed Away?
What? A fear of turds?
Rats?
Oh, sorry, rats. That's it. That's not the bit I remember from Flushed Away. No.
Is it Star Wars?
No.
Is it Lord of the Rings?
No.
That's all the films, isn't it? Finding Nemo?
You missed another one out.
Give me a clue.
It's one of your favourite films.
That wouldn't help. Anchorman?
No.
Anchorman 2?
No.
Oh, The Incredibles?
No.
Wall-E?
No.
Right.
I don't think we can keep doing this.
No.
It's your favourite film.
Oh, wait, it's got a different texture on the front. My favourite film? I don't know what my favourite film is. Should I take it out of the box?
You can do it. You have to be careful because you have to be really... Don't want to do any
dropped it
damage to
again.
it.
Oh, it's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It is my favourite film, you're right.
Yeah, and bearing in mind you actually told me, and we had a whole podcast where we were talking about our favourite films as well.
Sorry, I just coughed slightly. Yeah, we did do that.
And
Is that
obviously, I
Arachnophobia?
can't believe you didn't get it because it's your favourite film. I thought you'd have recognised that by touch, and it's Arachnophobia, but I didn't know, obviously, you would put a spider in there. So this is it, is it?
This is the last one.
Yeah.
You may take the box. You might find this one quite familiar.
Is it my hand in there?
It's me, but my head for the other side.
Thank God for that.
You found it yet?
Oh, it's another one. Mum's not going to have any fingers on her latex glove.
This is why I did
So
too.
it's another
'cause
latex glove.
It's another latex glove finger. And it's filled with what?
Tomato ketchup.
No. Feel the consistency of it. Because the other one was more viscous. What's this one? Because we've not got long left of the podcast.
Oh, right, sorry. Oh, right. Is it my tears?
Yeah. No, it's
what's
not.
happening at the moment? Is it water?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, quite easy. Oh, it's
Right.
fear of water.
fear of water. And what is the fear of water?
Water phobia. Wet,
No,
scared.
Don't even try.
Wet,
It's going to
scared.
be something like aqua, something rather on it. Anyway, that
Aquaman.
was
That-
more disappointing than I could ever imagine.
And with that takes us to the end of the podcast.
Oh dear.
Did
Another
you
one
enjoy
bites
it?
the dust. I did, because I think it's a good subject matter. I think it's something that affects pretty much everybody, and it's really hard to explain a lot of it, you know. So no, I enjoyed that.
And how you getting on with your new mic stand? Do you feel like you've punched it enough?
You know, it's a bit weird. It looks a bit too professional.
Yeah, I'm thinking my mic looks a bit too professional. It's got a sock on it this week.
I look a bit like Lady Gaga in the
Right.
in the studio. No, so
You do actually. I don't know why you've come in a meat dress, but
no. Well, had to, didn't I? And had nothing to eat all day. It'll take some getting used to, but it probably works better than what we had
it will
before.
hopefully help with
Yeah,
making
but sorry
quality a
about
little bit
keep
better.
eating it because there's too much of it in front of me.
And also, when we're in a bigger room, maybe that'll make things a little bit easier.
It
as well.
probably will. It probably will.
Anyway, is there anything else for you to mention this week? Do you got anything that you want to bring up?
I don't
Anything you want to get
know.
off your chest?
I get off my chest.
Yeah.
I don't think there's. I think I had a bit of a rant last time about things, so I'm just checking to see if we had any correspondence. Well, we got one. Connor, I am eating the rest of the profiteroles unless you tell me otherwise in the next 5 minutes. Regards, Mum.
Right. I
that-
don't like profiteroles.
That was
so
sent
it's fine.
15 minutes ago, so it doesn't
They're
even
all
matter
gone
now.
now.
Other than that, I haven't got anything.
All right. Well,
Am
in
I
that
supposed
case-
to have? I always look at you at this point as if you're thinking, well, I'm sure you said, but you're going to have to remind me if I have
no,
said
you
something.
haven't said anything. I'm just asking if you got anything.
No, I
Right.
haven't. I am just...
In that case,
Yes.
what I'm going to say is...
Yes?
Yes. If you haven't done already, remember to follow us on all social medias. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There you go. I did the social media bit quite quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've also got a website. That's great. I enjoy the website. Some more blog posts coming out there, Dad.
There are. There'll be a couple of bits on there this week.
Do you reckon there'll be a blog post by the time this podcast comes out?
Yes.
Yes. There you
Yes,
go.
there will.
There'll be a
There'll
brand new
be-
podcast.
there'll-
for you. Podcast? Blog post.
Yeah, there'll definitely be one. There might even be a couple of things on there.
Yes, go to the What's New section. Go to fatherandsundays.com. Go to the What's New section, or go to fatherandsundays.com/what's new. And yeah, you should find some new blog posts in there. If you want to contact us, because we have had people contact us through our contact form, so you feel more than welcome to do so as well. Just go to a contact us page and then fill in the form. Contact us.
Yeah. Fairly self-explanatory.
Yes, fairly self-explanatory.
It'll only cost you time.
Yeah,
It won't cost you a penny.
because it's all free, isn't
It's
it?
all free.
And yeah, all these different podcast platforms. You can listen to us on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Any one you want to listen to, we're on all of them. So give us a listen, give us a follow on there, subscribe. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
But have you had a fun time this week?
I always have a fun time, Connor.
All right.
I'm fun time dad.
Yep,
that's
what
I am.
they call you, Mr. Fun Time Dad.
Yeah. No, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Should we do
Don't know
that
if that's
at the
what you
beginning?
asked, but yes.
I think we should have done it at the beginning. Anyway, thank you so much for once again listening this week, and thank you for putting up with us. We hope that you're here next week, and thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.